We're having a bit of a trouble with the sturgeon, white sturgeon from out west. Since the temperature increased over 82 Fahrenheit, it quit eating, behaves uncomfortable, and eventually, a few days ago, somebody started biting its tail, as you can see from all the tether. So we decided to take him out of this tank. This tank is, anyways, just too much furniture for him to move around freely as he likes, comfortably. And then I don't know who bothers him, the eels or the catfish, I'm not sure. But sometimes he lays in the cave, so they may try to push him out of the cave just because. As a reminder, this is our ongoing experiment with the white sturgeon. We bought 3 of them 2 years ago. The first year I was slowly raising the temperature from 65 to 85, and they survived the last summer okay. Well, we lost one, and then maybe half a year ago we lost the other to what I think, or what I fathom, is it couldn't convert fully to the pellets and fish pieces as food. But this one-eyed guy, his name is Bob, the one that was bobbing initially, in the initial horrible stage of their life here when they came, before I lowered the temperature to 65. So that Bob has been always doing very well, and he was eating all summer long last year, when the temperature was from 80 to 82, 84. So him not eating right now, I'm not liking, and and somebody is bothering him too. That's unacceptable. So I've decided to put him in this section right here and take out the largemouth bass and give the sturgeon this section all to itself. I might have to take out the pleco, I don't know, we'll see. If pleco bothers it, I'll have to take him out too. But there's a large pleco in that tank also, and that never had been a problem. Largemouth bass, whose nickname is Bass. I think I'm going to try him again in the less aggressive 4500. Last time I'm pretty sure it was the Piraiba that killed the larger female and was bothering the other female. Bass are very primitive. They don't run away from predators, it seems, at least not in our hands. They don't run away from nets, from predators, and they try to eat things that cannot eat. So they're not the brightest, not the sharpest tool in the box. But now that the Piraiba has moved out from this tank, I'm thinking maybe it will work out. I don't know who else might try to see if the bass is edible. The big perch probably will not try it. I hope not. Jellos don't like anything big. Red tails seem to be subdued when it comes to the eating. These two red tails anyway. The tiger shovelnose eats so much they don't care. I don't think they would care. The bass is not, lengthwise or girth-wise, it's not any smaller than this monsieur that just went by. But the monsieur are bright, smart fish, and the bass are pretty dumb compared to them. But anyhow, I'm gonna try him here because I need this section. I have no better place to put the bass in. Which I cannot put him in the 1800 gallon. He will try to eat. I'm afraid he would try to eat some of the Dorado, or whatever he feels like, or pike cichlids or whatnot. I cannot put him in there. As you remember, he spent some time with Louis in his section, and he beat Louis, the lungfish. And this tank, he was harassed by the peacock bass. Alright, cannot put him with the minnows, obviously. Cannot put him here, he'll try to eat some fish in here. Same for this tank. Too many little fish. Pretty much all on his menu. Sorry, my neighbor likes shooting. Practice shooting. Too many small fish in this tank. I could put him in with the Chinese whales. Maybe that would be a better option. That I didn't think of yet. The Chinese whales also is territorial, so I don't know how he would take to bass. Of course, I cannot put him with the gulpers, but I could move the gulpers and take the divider out. I cannot put him in the jerk B tank for obvious reasons. I cannot put him in the jerk A tank for obvious reasons. That's it. The two quarantine tanks also have smaller fish, the ones that he could try to eat. Both the quarantine A, quarantine B. So that's it. No more options. It's between the Chinese whales section of a tank or the 4,500 gallon. Both of them would be a gamble. I'm willing to gamble on 4,500. Or not. Maybe if I took out the gulpers and gave this tank a little more space, the whales would leave them alone, but I kind of doubt it. It's not that Chinese whales is hates everybody in his tank. He seems to have his targets, and I don't know how he will feel about largemouth bass in his tank. It's a 50-50, I would say. He probably would not care, or he would try to get him out of his tank. Maybe I should just try here first. They both eat similarly. They just take one fish at a time. I don't know, I'm torn. This seems a safer bet, maybe. Even though I failed to predict who would attack him in the less aggressive 4,500, or even taste him. He's too big for everybody. Even if he could be edible, these predators don't like and don't go for such large meals. Okay, I guess I'll try him with the Chinese whales. Combine 2 timeouts. As much as I want to give him each fish, I'd like to give the biggest possible tank, but there are constraints like this. Okay, buddy, you're gonna room with Chinese whales for now. All right. Mr. Bass has moved in with the Chinese whales from Greg. The gulpers are here for now, even though I could move them in with the sturgeon, but I don't know. The reason for that would be to take out the divider, give the sturgeon the whole tank, and put the wyckii in the section where the gulpers are right now. But anyhow, this is the sturgeon. Freaked out, bumped his nose pretty good. They're prone to nuclear freak out. They just swim with no disregard for anything until they hit something real hard. We'll see how he does here. That's pretty sad. I had to go away for a few hours. I come back after dark. And the Chinese whales has killed bass, the largemouth bass. It's beaten all over the place, all over the body. Mostly fins and stomach, it seems. But it's stone cold dead. I guess I underestimated you. Alright. I don't only feel dumb, I'm dumb. It's time to admit it. I'll do better next time. Maybe. I'll say 28. So 1.5 feet. 1.5 years old. I got him in October 23. Today is May 25. Male, 1.5 feet and 1.5 years. Well, at least this transfer went well and quickly, but overall I'd say I'm having a big problem with the white sturgeon. Last summer the transition from winter to summer was smooth, no problem. This summer, as you can see, the fish is not swimming much around. He's twitching a little bit. His breathing is a little labored, and he's not eating, of course. And the water temperature right now is I think 84 Fahrenheit, 82 to 84. That's with the fan blowing on the water, cooling it down. I'm going to install another fan. Maybe I can knock it off. Maybe I can knock off another couple of degrees. But he's not doing well. Again, this is a cool water fish. It's not supposed to see anything above 65 Fahrenheit. Maybe occasionally 70s. If it enters rivers or shallower bodies of water than the ocean. So yeah, that's perhaps my experiment will not work out. I'm feeling pessimistic about it. Other than dropping the temperature another couple of degrees, I don't know what else I can do for this fish. I don't want to put it back on the chiller because I cannot give it whole life on the chiller. So it's kind of right now it's a do or die. Again, 2 years ago we began at 65 Fahrenheit and slowly raised it to 85 Fahrenheit over a year. in the first summer and the first hot season, which is like 6 months or so, April through November. Has gone very well. I did the same thing, knocked off about 5 Fahrenheit or 4 Fahrenheit of the water temperature by using the fan and increasing the amount of cooler water brought in by the water change. This is coming in at about 78 Fahrenheit. It also keeps it down. If I didn't do nothing, this water would be about 90, if not more. So this is the second summer onset, and we're running into a problem. The fish hasn't grown much either. I was expecting bigger growth, faster growth, but I mean it grew probably a few inches, maybe 3 inches in this. Yeah, see how he's twitching. Maybe 3 inches in all this time. It's hard to say. I need to look at it, my journal, to remember what it was, what size it was when it came in. I think it was one of the smallest of the three, if not the smallest of the three. We decided to call him Bob because he was bobbing for the whole first month at the surface, could not deflate his swimming bladder at warm temperature. That's why I had to put him on the chiller, and his 2 brothers. And start raising temperature very slowly from 65 up. So I might suffer 2 losses anyway. I lost the largemouth bass, and this is not looking good. I still have an inkling of the hope. If I drop the temperature a couple of degrees down, maybe it will start eating. But it stopped eating probably about, I want to say, a few weeks ago. It's hard to notice because this fish sucks in a lot of pellets and a lot of food and then spits out a lot. So you never know what it retains and what it does not retain. It may not retain anything, but you think it's eating. Its complexion is not too bad. It's not thin, it's not sunken, the stomach is not sunken. But that's our current problem. He takes a swim around every now and then. He used to swim non-stop, almost non-stop, around the perimeter of the tank. I don't know, this dark spot underneath it just appeared today or yesterday. I don't know what to make of it. Almost looked like something that stuck to its skin, but it's something new. First, maybe some parasite is bothering him, that's why he's twitching, not because of the temperature. I mean, this is, a lot of it, what I'm saying is a guesswork of various severity of wildness. I may be on, I may be off. I'm just thinking about it. But nobody else is suffering from parasites in this bank of 6 tanks, so I doubt it. I think the most logical conclusion is temperature. And I guess now, being a year older, it needs cooler temperature than it was when it needed when it was a year younger. How much lower? I don't know. We'll try. I installed the 1.5 times stronger fan right here, and also another one over there. So we're doubled or more the cubic feet per minute CFMs. We'll see if that makes a difference. The thermometer right now is showing 84, but it's not calibrated, so it's whatever. It's plus minus a degree or two. on the, they're both blowing on the filter.